Good evening, Wizards Nation. A blowout. Or is it a blowout? I think it's a blowout. The score may indicate that we got blown out, but we were actually in the thick of it until midway through the third quarter, and then boom, it was over. Sixers went on a run, but we lose in Philly. Second night of a back-to-back with no Alex Sarr, no Middleton, no Trey Johnson, no Corey Kispert, the usual suspects. We all know this already, but this is gonna be this time for real, a quick stream. But here's where the game was won. Sixers shot 43% from the three. We shot 25. They made 17 out of 40. We made 9 out of 36. Game over. Game over. Everything else is pretty much the same. We were in it. I was actually writing praise for the Wizards. I was. We came out, again, on the second night of a back-to-back, and I was just like, oh, you know what I mean? Okay, this is much better than I expected. But two things, and two things only. Will Riley and Justin Champagnie. Give them minutes. Dawkins said recently, hey, man, these dudes are going to earn their minutes. And, after tonight's performance, I'm thinking, hold on, my bad. Let me put out a chat real quick. I was ignoring chat. After tonight, I was just like, you know what? No. If Dawkins, he says this is how things go, then they should earn minutes, man. Young Mel says TV sucks. Will Riley looked amazing. Yes, he did. It's just Will Riley, pretty much just Will Riley tonight. That's the only thing we got to talk about. Will Riley and Justin Champagnie. Those dudes were awesome tonight, man. Will Riley just seems so comfortable with the ball in his hands. He doesn't look confused whatsoever. And we need to start talking about Will Riley crashing the boards, man. We need to start talking about Will Riley crashing the boards. I believe he had 4 offensive rebounds. Let me confirm that. No, he had 2 offensive rebounds, 4 rebounds in total. But Will Riley, 13 points. It made both of his 3-pointers. Love that. There's this beautiful sequence where even the Vucevic kicked it out to Will Riley from Bub Carrington. I was like, holy hell, what the hell am I watching? That was beautiful. That was in the second quarter, I believe. Will Riley, man, 23 in 26 minutes. This is his career night, actually. 13 points. Let me move my freaking face over here. 13 points in 26 minutes, 5 of 6 from the field, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have 1 turnover, though. 1 steal, 2 offensive rebounds, man. Let the man cook. Let the Canadian in the kitchen. Let him in the kitchen. What do we have to lose? Let's do it. Why do we have to wait to the trade deadline? Let the man cook. Hey, man. Give me 1 second, y'all. I forgot to bring out my laptop. 1 second. I need to freaking turn on this thingamajig. What the hell? Well, yeah, man. Pretty much, McCollum had an off night, 5 of 14. Bilal Coulibaly, I'm gonna dedicate a whole segment to Bilal Coulibaly. Even though he did have a game-changing defensive play last night against Giannis. No, we need to talk about Bilal, man. Offensively, bad night. Just a bad night, man. As long as it's not on TV, he's terrible. Who are you talking about, man? When Sarr comes back, what would you think of the Wizards experimenting with a double big lineup of Sarr and Bagley? I wouldn't mind it. I think they were heavily interested in Sarr and Vooch. They tried it out against the Rockets because the Rockets were wrecking. And Vooch had a solid night. I mean, offensively, he did his thing. 16 points, 6 of 9 from the field. But just defensively, they were just every single time Vooch is on the court, they are just attacking him. He's getting abused. Man ended up a minus 28 tonight. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I need to turn this thing on, boy. I should have been more prepared. But yeah, man. Let's see here. Our shooting sucks without Trey, Middleton, and Kispert. That's true. That's true. Uh, I mean, the only other shooters we got is George, McCollum. I'll toss in Carrington. I mean, Carrington's been shooting 42% from the three this year. Yeah, but he's catch and shoot threes. Cam's I believe shooting 34% from the three this year. Respectable though. But yeah, man, let me get to my notes. But the main thing about tonight's stream, man, it's Will Riley. What's going on, Coach Keefe? What's going on? We saw what happened with what else texting me? All right, whatever. We saw what happened. I showed you on the last stream yesterday. Coach Keefe is intrigued about playing Will Riley at point guard. Will Riley played on Sunday at the Go-Go, played point guard there, 36 points. And then Coach Keefe was like, he's very intrigued with him. He sees that Will Riley has good passing skills. He's very comfortable on ball. Come on, play him. That's one thing that just keeps getting to me. The main reason why Will Riley played tonight was because Middleton was out. Middleton was out with the rest. If I'm a betting man, I it's gonna suck. But I don't think Will Riley's gonna play the next game. We play the Celtics on Thursday, and then the Hawks on Saturday. So if Middleton's back, he's not gonna play. I mean, I don't know. This is just my thinking of how Coach Keefe is inconsistent rotations this entire year. But after tonight, man, I'm giving Will Riley minutes, and I'm giving a boost to Champagne in his minutes. He's earned it. Walt Dawkins said it. The players who are going to play are the players who earned their minutes. Come on now. Come on. Kent Wilmore had an off night. 2 of 11. Just couldn't get it going. I mean, most of it could be I don't want to give an excuse to our dudes, but most of it could be attributed to second night of a back-to-back. Yeah, I don't know. Let me get to my notes, man. It's going to be a quick stream. But let me know what y'all think, man. How do y'all think about tonight's game? Because we started off solid, man. We had a 7-0 run and a 12-10 lead early on. Bagley had a straight game. 13 points, 8 rebounds in 26 minutes. 5 blocks, 4 offensive rebounds. Bagley, besides Will Riley and Champagne, I mean, I'm just thinking about the future with Will Riley and Champagne. Those are two dudes who I believe could be firmly in our rotation moving forward. Bagley himself, I mean, I'd like to think we signed him to possibly flip him at the trade deadline, but he had himself a night. Kudos to Bags. Sir Tut says, honestly, Riley is above and beyond Keyshawn and should be tested as a primary ball handler for the heck of it. I am down for that, man. I like Keyshawn, but don't think he's a primary ball handler. I will say that there's still room for Keyshawn to improve his ball handling. You saw the growth from year 1 to year 2. I still see much more room for improvement that I think he's going to get to. I think he's going to get to that next level. We all see this year, he's having trouble. I keep saying he keeps dribbling the ball way too high, man. And then he's very susceptible for everybody else to just snatch it away from him. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. In the first half, I mean, especially in the first quarter, I was like, hold on. Is Carrington's mid-range coming back? He did it against the Bucks more. Hit a couple from the mid-range. And then today again, I was like, okay, this is the Carrington we know. This is the Carrington we saw last year. I just want him to slowly, not just gain his confidence back, but play your game from last year. Play a little bit more off ball. That's what he did with Jordan Poole last year. But, they obviously want to give him some reps on ball. But we saw how much of a train wreck it was early on in the season with him being the primary ball handler in the starting line. I can't even remember when Bo Carrington was the starting point guard here. I was like, holy, and then not where he is now. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I feel like it'll be a slow transition for him this entire season. And I would not rule out Bub Carrington towards the end of this season. Looking like shades of last year, or maybe even turning into himself from last year. At the half, we were only down by 12 points. You know, Champagne was leading us the way with 13 points. Bags had 9 points. Devuch had 9 points. Again, Champagne, man, gave us great minutes. Great minutes. 2 of 5 from the 3. That's something that he's been struggling actually this year. But I would attest that to inconsistent minutes. Jonathan says, unwatchable game. Yeah, it was, dude. It was. I'm not going to lie. Well, no. For the first 3 quarters, it was definitely within reach. As a matter of fact, the Sixers announcers, because I'm watching on Mets streams, because I'm not paying $20 to freaking Ted Leonsis. The Sixers announcers, they were glazing Will Riley the entire time. I don't know if anybody else was watching a Sixers stream or whatever. But, you know, I don't know. Not going to win too many games with the Vucevic as a leading scorer. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like some people last night were commentating saying we need to lose for the tanking season. You know, some people feel a little bit iffy right now regarding the whole winning. like seriously, some people actually said, you know, and to each their own, I myself, within myself, I'm not going to lie, I feel iffy too. It hurts. We beat the Bucks, but mainly the main reason why I was just kind of like elated that we beat the Bucks is because the previous game against the Pacers, losing by 33 points, was just so horrific. You know, get that stench out of here. That game was unacceptable. Okay, we beat the Bucks. Granted, we beat the Bucks, and you know we ended up going down to second in the Tankathon, which hurts. But then the Nets, I believe they won. I'm gonna get to the Tankathon real quick right now, actually. Let me get to the Tankathon because the Nets have actually been playing better. They've been playing better, y'all. Holy hell. Let me move my face over here, man. Yeah, man. The only takeaways from this game is just Will Riley and Champagne. Bags had a solid game, too. But let's go straight to the freaking Tankathon. So as of right now, we are still second. The Pelicans, these assholes from New Orleans, they're in a 3-game losing streak, man. But at least the Nets won yesterday. We play the Pacers in about a week and a half. We play them the 14th of this month, and we play them here in DC. So that's going to be another important game. We might be looking for revenge. I mean, the players might be looking for revenge. We'll see if we win that one. I still believe the Pacers are better than the record shows. They might whoop our ass again, honestly. They might whoop our ass again because after that, so this week we play the Celtics, probably most likely L. Hawks this Sunday. Oh, Hawks are gonna eat us. Like they're gonna come out looking for revenge, considering that we beat them to end our streak. And then next week after that, we only play one game, and that's the Cavaliers on Friday the 12th, and that's it for that entire week. And then the Cavs oh my God, they're going to abuse us. Then it's the Pacers. That's definitely a winnable game. Then we go to the Spurs at San Antonio. Hopefully Sar's there. I want to see Sar versus Wemby. And then Grizzlies, Spurs again. So we have some winnable games this month, this season, depending on how shit goes. But this is where things currently stand. The 7 o'clock games are about to end soon. So we'll just go from there. This will be updated. But let's go to Bilal Coulibaly. Because this is a guy who has not been shooting it effectively, to say the least. Yeah. 11 games played, but the only thing I can give him is that, you know, he's been in it, kinda, I guess now. Lately, he's been in the rotation. He hasn't been injured. Man shooting 28% from the 3 this year, man. Here he is. Let me move myself over here. So far this year, in 27 minutes of play, 38% from the field, 29% from the 3. It's up by 1% from last year, because last year he shot 28% from the 3. In his rookie year, he shot 34.6% from the 3, and that's where we're just like, all right, bet. He's going to be that 3-and-D player moving forward. Now, I'm not too worried They say, you know what I mean? Like, he was a project coming out. Obviously, this is going to take some time. It's going to take some time. He's 21, but that's a young 21 right there. You know, one of the rawest prospects in his draft class. But, man, it's just so, what's the right word for Bilal? You see the leaps and bounds and growth on the defensive end. Damn near, like, the Giannis steal and dunk last night was just probably the play of his career. But offensively, we're not seeing the same type of growth that we are defensively. Granted, again, defense was always going to be his bread and butter. That's his bag right there. That's where he's going to get paid in the NBA. But it's his third year in the league. Let me go to his game log. He did shoot 2 of 5 from the 3 against the Pacers. 0 of 3 tonight. 1 of 4 against the Bucks. He's off from the 3. 0 of 3 from the Hawks. 0 of 5 against the Raptors. Like, he's either on it or he's a complete zero threat out there. Look at his trends. He's 3 of 5, 2 of 3, 0 of 5. 1 of 1, 2 of 5, 0 of 3. 0 of 3 again. No consistency. I'm not saying it's a dog on him. We already know his role with us moving forward is going to be that, you know, point of attack defender, best wing defender. But if you can only do that, I mean, granted, there are, you know, how can you say, minutes for a defensive lockdown stud. But yeah, man, I'm thinking that too, Crocs. I'm thinking that too. Surround Bilal with shooters and you can kind of hide them defensively. But even you saying that, you put ... Is it kind of like, you know what I mean? Do you want to hide Bilal? Like, is it not that, of course you want to hide Bilal, but I mean, like, he's not even your best player. You usually do that for players who are your top 3 players on the team. I don't know, man. I don't know. But the thing that gives me solace is the Deni Avdija growth. Deni, man, we all saw this, like how he just, the improvement wasn't there for the first 3 years. I mean, there was no vast improvement with him. Once the 4th year hit, then the 5th, then you saw the big jumps. And obviously, we know that Bilal this offseason, you know, he had those injuries. They didn't start the season with us. He was out for the first week or so, week and a half. But I don't know, man. This next offseason is going to be a crucial one for him. Bilal was such a talented slasher, cutter. I wish he would lean on that more offensive. That's true. That's true. And also, like, I'm just saying this as more of like his shooting wise, because everything else offensively, he's a good passer. He has good vision. Let's give him some glaze before I, 3.1 assists, 3.9 rebounds. I do want to see that go a bit up. With a guy of his stature, 6'7", they're saying 6'7". I think he's 6'8", actually. Elite athleticism. If Champagne can get you 6 rebounds per 36, or I think he gets 7 rebounds per 36, Bilal should get you more. And I'm not saying Bilal's a poor rebounder, but I think like he should lean into that stuff. Yeah, honestly, but I'm not saying this to dog on him. It's just more of just like, I don't want to use the word frustrations. It's more for me like impatience. But impatience that I myself knew was supposed to be with, like, he was a prospect that we had to be patient with. Any team that took him, be patient, man. Young Mill says, nah, man, we expect more from where Bilal was drafted at. We didn't draft him that high to be just a defensive specialist. Hey, I can't defend Bilal with that one right now. I can't defend that Bilal with, You see, I want to defend Bilal. I love Bilal. Young Mill got me there. I have no retort to that. As a Bilal lover, I have no retort to that. Bilal needs a mid-range too. He can be a 3-inch. Also, Bilal driving to the rim, he's improved in that aspect as well. His finishing much better this year. He's actually using his left hand a little bit more. But it's going to come together. Let's inject more positivity. Crocs Waldo Sox is a 2-and-D wing. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't think he will be just a defensive specialist. He will be an elite defensive specialist in this league. I think when it's all said and done, he will be one of the best point of attack defenders in this league. I'm looking at the Thompson twins, and they are more advanced than him. Shit, dude, you're cooking me. I can't say anything. But they're totally different. I mean, Amen Thompson's a guard wing, you know. Oh, if he shot like Ariza, game over. But at least he is doing really good on one end. I think in the near future, by the time he's 24, he will be considered elite defensively. His help defense is also improving as well. So, I'm just going to use the word impatient with him, but, rightfully so. This is what I needed. This is what we, whatever. Enough of Bilal though. Let me finish my freaking notes and I'm gonna call it quits. Already 21 minutes. Holy hell. Let's see here. I mean, nothing much, man. After the Sixers went on a run towards the end of the third quarter, midway through the third quarter and to the end, game was cooked. Perimeter defense was awful once again. It is another thing, though. It was just like, okay, we got wings like Bilal, George, even Champagny, but yet our perimeter defense is still ass. What do we attribute that to? Has to be coaching. Scheme. They did start good, though, in the third quarter, man. The defense was good. They were switching hard. But those threes just started hitting. Anyways, enough with that. Yep, Maxey fried our guards, man. Maxey, 35 points, I believe he had tonight. No, 36 points. Hold on, let me see here. Let's look up here. Right now, the Raptors are beating the Blazers. No games that implement us. Who cares about this game? Hopefully, Memphis beat the Spurs. All right, whatever, man. But yeah, man. I think I'm gonna call it quits, y'all. This is, second half of a back-to-back. We got cooked. It is what it is. Sixers are the better team for now. Because we're coming. We're coming, man. Just give us a top pick next. That's all I want, bro. That's all I want. Just give me a top 3, even top 5, but top 3. That's all I want. I was thinking to myself, just like, you know what? If I had to choose between my Wizards and the Commanders, who to get a top pick? Hands down, the Wizards. Commanders, we already got Jaden Daniels. Do we have a Jaden Daniels on our roster right now? I'd like to think no. But the reason why I hesitate that is because Alex Sarr could be our Terry McLaurin. We need that Jaden Daniels. Damn, man. It's just so nerve-wracking. You know what? Let's do this right now just for the hell of it. Because I was doing this last night, and I was getting pissed off. Because, he says Will Riley is our Jaden Daniels. Hey, man, don't count out. I don't want to jinx it. But, I love me some Will Riley, man. I love me some Will Riley. He needs to get some freaking minutes. Here's one thing. I want to say this out loud. Last year, we had the second worst odds, right? We fell to 6. It pissed all of us. It didn't piss. It freaking raised our blood pressures. It to me in this channel, I made a video. I said stuff I shouldn't have said. You know, I was just like, am I gonna put this out in public? And I did, like a dumbass. I was calling out Adam Silver. I was just like, anyways. I read in a stat in an article saying that even if you have the worst record, and obviously if you have the worst record, you're guaranteed no lower than fifth. You still have, I believe, what is it? A picking number 5, a 48% chance, I think. Yeah, no, 46% chance that you pick number 5. Because top 4 is 52% chance. So that'll be 48 then. The fuck? So look at this. Right now we're number 2, right? And there was actually, see, the thing that gave me solace was because those who've been having the second worst record in the league, in recent history, it was actually those are the people who were picking most likely to pick top 3. Because we saw how the Pistons getting worse records and then them always falling to 5th. I feel so bad for them. But look at this. I'm going to do this 3 times. 1, boom. 2, fuck. Even then, that's still not the worst. That's still not the worst because the worst is 6 for us if we have the second worst record. And 3. Oh, fuck. Fuck. We got the worst. I don't know, man. Every single time I do the sim lottery, there we go. We got number 1. When we have the worst record, we always fall to 5. I've noticed that. Not just me, anybody. And then I always go back to that article where it says that you have the highest percentage chance you're going to end up picking is number 5 anyways. And then if you don't pick number 5, you're going to end up being top 4. I don't know, man. It's just so stupid. They need to change this, man. They need to change this. God forbid God forbid the Thunder get a freaking top pick. It's the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. The NBA is an oligarchy. Come on, they need to change this. But yeah, that's the only thing I had to say about that. I am going to call it quits, y'all. I will see y'all on Thursday after the Celtics game. I'm going to drop a video tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I think it's going to be Will Riley. It has to be Will Riley. I want to get a vibe, a gist of how the Wizards Nation feels about Will Riley. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's just glazing him. Everybody's just, waiting impatiently for the minutes. Young Mill says, I won't be surprised if Dallas or the Spurs get number 1. Me neither. Well, Spurs, I don't think the Spurs got a lottery pick. Do they? Oh, no. No, Spurs are actually out of it this year. And their first round pick goes to the Cavaliers, so they are out of it, looks like, yeah. Oh, shit! Oh, wait, never mind. We're still number 2. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if freaking Dallas or the Thunder get it, man. I think the NBA already gave the Spurs what they wanted. They gave them Dylan Harper. The Spurs don't need. The Spurs are set. If they trade one of their guards, like they can trade him for a wing that they need, But I think the Spurs are set. But anyways, I'm gonna call it quits, y'all. Go Wizards. Go Will Riley. Oh, Canada. Give Canada some minutes. Let's do it. Take care, everybody. I'll see y'all on Thursday.